So it seems that this new Linkin Park album, it's not good. Linkin Park, the legendary and chart-dominating rap rock and alternative rock outfit hailing from Los Angeles, California, broke through into the industry with a giant wave of popularity and support off of their debut record, The Hybrid Theory, back in the 2000s. Loved that album, loved the hell out of that album back in the day, totally spoke to my, teenage me. But beyond that, there's not really much to the band's discography. Living Things, A Thousand Suns, the Hunting Party, that really appeals to me, to be quite honest. However, every once in a while I do pop in on a record just out of morbid curiosity because, I do have a bit of a soft spot for what the band continues to do. And goddamn, was I disappointed in this new record over here. And it's funny because I wasn't even really expecting much out of this album, but I guess I didn't think I was going to dislike a Linkin Park album quite as much as I did here. Oh God. This album is terrible, and I don't even know where to start explaining why. I guess I will boil it down to saying that it's a complete and utter betrayal of everything that originally made Linkin Park appealing to begin with. I think rock music really needs to undergo some kind of revolution or evolution right now if it's going to stay viable in the years to come. And I think Linkin Park certainly were presented an opportunity to be a part of that evolution. But rather than capitalizing on that and deciding to keep the flame alive for the genre that they built their names on, they completely just threw it out the window pretty violently in favor of an album that sounds like it's just a bunch of runoff from some of the most cliched and overplayed pop and EDM anthems over the past 2 to 4 years. It's funny, when you look at the Billboard Top 100 right now, there's not much of anything on there that sounds like what Linkin Park is doing on this record. I feel like if Linkin Park came out with this album like 2 or like maybe 4 years ago, if this record came out in 2013, 2014, it would be very now in a way, even though this record is like kind of overly sentimental and a little cringy. It would at least be like very present. It would be very cutting edge. But now the type of stuff that obviously influenced this record, like maybe a little bit of Avicii, Wake Me Up, or like a little bit of Katy Perry, Roar, that type of stuff. Even that stuff is like off the charts. Katy Perry is onto a new sound. Those EDM anthems that are supposed to be really life-affirming and meaningful, and it's making me cry. Like that stuff has like been completely wiped off the map in favor of whatever new song Quavo has been placed on. God, it's just so synthetic. And Linkin Park has always had a very clean sound being a nu metal band, but there's virtually nothing in terms of like a rock spirit on this album. This album is very, very, very reserved as far as like, the intensity of the record. It's all about the melodramatic tone of the vocals that kind of carry the song because goddamn, there's really nothing interesting about these instrumentals. Why is everything so heavy? How but I'm pretty sure the water's out to get me. It's not like I made the choice. It's so obviously trying to shoot for a trend that it's only fitting that it's like nearly gone and out the door right now, because you're willing to tell me and lie to my face and say that, yeah, Anthony, this is like really a sound that Linkin Park were super passionate and excited about. Okay, it's not like they gave up their guitars because they felt like this would be like a good business move or anything. No, man, this is really a sound that spoke to Chester and Mike. Okay. I'm dying. This is the closer. I hate this track so much. This to me is the track that actually most reminds me of Avicii's Wake Me Up, because it kind of has that like folky quality to it. There are a lot of acoustic guitars on this thing, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, that driving kick drum comes in, and then it sort of sounds like some kind of awful EDM hootenanny or some BS like that. I feel like this is the opposite of what a band of Linkin Park's history and caliber should be doing at this point in their career. It's like they're trying too hard to appeal to a generation of listeners who it's just not going to happen. It's never going to happen. All you're going to do is alienate and tick off the listeners who have stuck with you from back in the day. And believe me, at this point, you want those people to continue riding with you. You don't want to shake that boat. You don't want to kick them off the bus because they're going to leave if you come out with another album like this. They're going to go. I feel like moving forward, if Linkin Park is to sort of, in a way, redeem themselves with a new album, they're going to have to come through with an album, come through with a change in sound that's reflective of their origins, their maturity, their history, and also the maturity and the growth of the fan base. Trying to write another Hybrid Theory is like not really an option. And I feel like trying to completely throw that sound out the window just to recreate some top 40 sound that's 2 to 4 years old isn't really an option either. This Linkin Park album, it's not good.